gonna do a couple things here. We're gonna jump back to Stahl temporarily. So, Stahl, as you're walking with this individual who you honestly are probably quite annoyed with at this point, you get out of the flattened wasteland that you woke up in, and it leads to very mountainous terrain. Just almost abruptly, just snowy mountain. The individual with you is just... I take it you don't want to walk over that, do you?
You know an alternative?
We can take a shortcut. Now that things are a little settled, I feel more comfortable doing it.
I'd prefer to avoid magical shortcuts. I usually only have bad experiences with them.
Oh, fear not. No magic here.
Stahl, you're echoing again. I think you
It's his roll 20.
I think you turned on roll 20 noise again.
Oh, wait. Let me see. Yeah, okay. I think I did it.
Okay.
But yes, he assures you no magical means whatsoever here. Kind of taps his staff on the floor in a pattern, but nothing out of the ordinary, I suppose. And then he turns around abruptly. There's a small shed here now, behind you, where you just walked through. All you gotta do is push the right buttons, right calculations, and you can make its pitiful infrastructure work for you, fear not. This should lead us very close to your friends. Unless you are uncomfortable with the matter.
I would prefer to get there as fast as I can, so
Very well.
I'm glad to do.
I will warn you, though, as soon as we get through, you probably won't see me again. I will be going undercover. But we will meet again, I presume. He makes his way through the shed and shuts the door behind him.
I guess I open it up to do the traveling thing.
As you open it, he's not in there anymore. It is a very empty shed.
Do I just step in?
Do you?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he said there was like calculations involved, and I don't know, Stahl isn't. Stahl.
Yes.
What's Stahl's intelligence?
I think it's a 2.
Okay.
Like, he's very straightforward, doesn't really.
Alright. Well, Kalmir.
Aha!
A little bit ago, you were separated from the group. As they turned tail and started running away from a meltdown, Kalmir hesitated for just a second too long. And when he turned back to try to find the group, he was met with nothing but a very sandy limestone wall. As he gets his bearings again, he's no longer in the hallway, that concrete hallway. Automatically, I guarantee you put on space sight and
Of
realize
course.
there are space shenanigans going on all over the place.
So many space shenanigans.
But this new material, it does pick up on your mage sight.
Ooh.
It's not just dull. Fairly of note, probably for Kalmir.
So this wall material is picking up.
Yes.
Hmm.
In addition, did you drop your spell?
Which spell?
Your see everything stupidly spell.
If it didn't drop automatically, it would still be on.
Okay. So you're met with a very strange sight of just walls of vision that you can't see, chunks that you can see, things just flicking on and off constantly. Before eventually it starts slowing down, and it does sort of stabilize, and the large basically void of not seeing anything vanishes completely, and you can see everything once again.
Ooh, okay.
You are nowhere near where you were earlier.
Am I
You are underground.
underground? Okay.
It appears to be some kind of underground building, much larger than anything you built back at the village.
Well, it's much larger than our crypt.
Yes, much larger, much larger. Above is no longer the forested kind of industrial wasteland that it was before, and it's very open. Nothing Kalmir's seen before. The ground is black and almost wavy. There's no plants, just a vast black, almost sandy dirt. It is, however, by the ocean.
Okay. Is it daytime, nighttime?
Daytime.
Daytime. So it's just black sand by the ocean. Okay.
In addition, above the sand is the large helicopter, now sort of circling back in, trying to land. Let's go back to the tomb. Back to the tomb. You do see the rest of your party.
Okay. Is there a clear pathway there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll start making my way that way.
With the rest of the party, there are a number of bodies all over the place. Just not in the room they're in, not in the room they're in. There's bodies all over this underground area.
Are they fresh bodies?
Yes.
Are they the same bodies from that we just saw? Body armor?
Some of them.
Okay, so they're same. It's like every organic thing got transported from there to here. Okay. Well, Kalmir's gonna start making his way.
We're not done.
We're not done.
We're never done.
Because we have soul sight to deal with.
You see too much.
I have to describe miles for
You
you.
must describe the world.
Turn your spell off and we could be done. Yes. With the party at this point is a very tall corpse. A very tall corpse.
Very tall corpse.
And further down the hallway you're in is Stahl walking out of what appears to be a stone broom closet.
Okay, so now Stahl is here. Are there any further descriptions?
None that are important at the moment.
None that are important at the moment. Okay, so now I'll start making my way toward the quickest path. Making my way downtown. Yes, there is no downtown here, just down.
Walking fast.
And
Stahl, you do see Kalmir and dogs just kind of running down the hall.
I always forget he has a dog.
Yeah, we all do.
we all do. It happens.
He forgets.
I forget. Kalmir doesn't forget. Oh, Stahl, you're here as well. Where is here? I just got here. I saw you just get here though, so I guess you won't know.
I was hoping you'd know.
No, I just got here. The group is this way. They're talking to a strange body. Dead body? It looks dead. But it's talking to them.
Unfortunately, we lost the RV. So I just decided to head this way.
RV. Oh, you mean that moving box?
Yeah.
You lost it? What happened to it?
A bomb went off.
Bomb? Wasn't... He looks up. Yeah, it's daylight. Wasn't Vitus in there? Is he okay?
Someone grabbed him before, he would have died, but I'm not sure where he is now. He was taken by Caine.
I thought he was dead.
I thought so too.
I saw the great wolf tear him up. How is he returned?
Whatever's happened, it's already behind us. Let's just focus on what's happening now. So you mentioned a dead body.
Yes, he's a very large dead body, but seemingly still dead-ish. I don't know. Is it maybe somebody didn't do the proper burial rites?
Is it just another vampire? Or?
It not like one I've ever seen, and I've only seen the one, to be honest.
Great sample size, Kalmir. You'll make a great researcher.
I know, right?
We've encountered too many dead bodies that are alive.
A lot of
campaign.
dead bodies, but only the one vampire, technically.
Oddly enough.
Well, this is the path to them. They don't seem to be in danger, but with the way that thing looks, I don't know if that will stay true for long. How did you get here, by the way? As we walk.
Judging by the fact you're here, I was probably lied to.
Yeah, I was just in a large room with many strange objects that ran on energy, and then I turned around and I was in this stone place. But it was like flickering. It was a very strange sensation, but it seems to have stabilized now.
Anyway, have you seen Tollus? I should probably tell him what happened to his dad.
Tullus is with the group?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I can see him with the rest of the group.
Alright. I'll catch you later then.
Well, I'm going that way. Are you not?
Oh, I thought we were going... Okay, never mind. I take that back.
It's this way. Why are you going that way?
So, the rest of the group, as you are starting to be led out of the tomb, direct intercept course with Kalmir and Stahl. Your guide here, your leader, she is again noticeably now on edge that there's another more random people that they haven't seen before that have just appeared in the tomb.
At this, obviously you're saying Kalmir and Stahl have just come into vision.
Yes, yeah, it's Kalmir and Stahl.
Man would physically push past her and interpose himself in between them and her and tower over them, hand on his sword but not drawing it. Speak your business now.
Well, our business is not here, but we were kind of pulled here. That's
Hello, you two.
yes.
He immediately looks behind him. Yeah,
They were with us.
you notice this figure relaxes visibly, immediately removes his hand from his sword.
I just kind of, point to the guy, or to, the dead body. Who's this asshole?
You would watch your tongue, youngling.
Kalmir,
I
Stahl, I'd like you to meet Amennakhti.
Very good.
This individual is a mummy of this tomb. They are a mummy of this tomb, I suppose. As they largely are here in order to. That's me. They you would not understand most information I would give you. What is important here is that they are a powerful supernatural being who at this point has decided to follow us with alongside their cult.
We have groupies now.
No, I suppose that is a way to put it.
And you see no problem with him, looking the way he does? I can think of many who would have a problem with him looking the way he does.
At this point, we currently. Why is Vitus not with you, or Titania?
Well, I was with you, and she wasn't.
She's looking at Stahl.
Okay.
Alex. Vitus is gone. He's been taken by Caine.
Blink.
Paulus in the back. This has become significantly more problematic now, hasn't it?
Yes, I've never known anyone to get back up after being hunted by the Great Wolf.
It was likely a different Caine. It was likely a different version of Caine.
He seems to have all the memories, though. Like, he remembered, or he mentioned how, Father Wolf wasn't here to save us this time, or whatever.
Then I have no idea.
Is this Caine a friend of yours, or is this Vitus a
No.
friend of yours?
Friend is a strong term.
Friend is a very strong term.
Vitus is an ally, companion, traveling. We work together.
Yeah.
Was an employer.
I think Stahl knew him, the best aside from his children here.
I want Amen to roll an empathy check here on everybody,
On everybody.
so to speak.
Wow.
mean,
Sure. I guess.
So that is.
I'm sorry,
Promethean
but
show
I'm sorry,
kills.
but because of the way that Cherry exists, she needs to roll to lie here. She needs to roll to not show emotion here, I guess.
All right.
Do mummies have like social abilities?
Yes.
Maybe. She gets a plus
What's the
2. I don't know.
obligatory? What's the token social splat for mummy?
There are a couple mummy splats are social. The main splat, I believe, is the. I can't remember the name.
It was the alchemists, I think. At least they were the face of the group.
The
Or maybe
the alchemist, that's a guild now, though. That's not a decree.
decree.
Decrees. I don't know the
Okay.
decrees.
Forget I asked.
Oh, it was the lions. I think the lions. They had heart.
Well,
The most
Degree of
pointless
heart.
of elements.
go ahead and roll your attempt to hide emotion, Cherry.
It's a modifier -1 because of my shitty manipulation, then subterfuge.
Okay, well then that is 2, 4, 5.
Some ever failed. No, wait, second.
But I type on the right computer for a second. Good enough.
well done.
Well, I'll tell you, Cherry did not like this person.
Wait,
Actually, do I roll like?
why did it roll so many dice?
You put a modifier of 5 in. That's why.
Oh, that's my bad. I meant to put in 1. I think I did the math in my head and then I just put the... Okay, let's try that again.
You
Well,
don't need to re-roll. The first dice you rolled was the success, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Should I roll to hide guilt or whatever? Or
Are you trying to hide it?
yes.
Then yes. Yeah, give me a manipulation subterfuge.
Them giant Zika socials. Whoops.
Not very
Kalmir's not really
should've-
trying to hide anything, so he's not going to roll. He didn't know him well enough to, speak on him.
Yeah, Drew was being genuine.
So I'm guessing from that, I can tell that Stahl is feeling quite a bit of guilt here. And what is Cherry?
Cherry did not like Vitus.
Dislike then.
Yeah. It's like saying friend is a strong term was very much her saying, hey, this is not a person who I liked.
So we have guilt and disdain.
And neutrality, mostly?
Yes,
Fairly neutral.
apathy to the rest. Well, carrying on, and he kind of pushes past, leading everybody still, along with Ishta.
Tullus, you coming?
Technically, that would be Gandhi now.
I can't do this, Chase. You're ghoul.
I don't have a cool.
Play that NPC.
You are damn cool. Tolus doesn't have a choice, does he? Dolus is coming, but is still very just like sure. What else do I have to lose at this point?
So, where are we going? We are nowhere near where we were before.
Up and out.
Out into the black sand?
Wherever that
Ah,
are.
so we are still near where my tomb should be, it seems like. This is excellent news from everything I've been hearing.
Well,
I,
Oh, and there's one of those, what did you call them? Helicop? One of those up there.
Does anyone?
who is he talking to?
Just in general.
what is he saying?
He's
Yeah.
trying to find the word for helicopter.
Up to the yeah. Yes.
Are you
That-
talking? Are you talking about the helicopter that you mentioned seeing before?
Is it the same one?
Yes.
Yes. It is the same one from earlier.
I see.
Apparently, however we got here is the same way they got here. Also, all the bodies that are strewn about this tomb, as you called it.
I have a question. She looks over. She looks over to. God, I forgot the name already.
Amennakhti.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna run
Amennakhti.
for the
It
seventh
looks-
session.
Call him Amen.
She looks over to. She looks over to Amennakhti. Hey, do you know what a helicopter is?
Once again, if it's not basic personal knowledge, he's just gonna shrug and say, I probably know what it is once I see it, but I cannot remember at this time.
Technically, you have the rough details of a previous descent.
At 3?
If for yeah, at 3 you have the rough details of a single previous descent. Now, I don't know what you want that descent to be, but if for some reason you were like a paratrooper or something,
No, I'm not gonna say that.
okay.
That's too meta there.
Okay. A helicopter is a helicopter is a flying machine. That is all that matters.
Ah,
And going back to it being a good thing that there's black sand outside, there's an awfully good chance that that means that wherever you think you are has been taken from where you think it is and placed in a different place.
I hope the town's okay.
Well, I guess we better go find out.
Mm.
He's been moving this entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're moving. Cherry internally is like, I don't want Aunt Rose to have to deal with this garbage. This is bad.
Is it the worst bad, though? But you know what? We'll answer that later. So,
Are we, as we're walking, are we passing any of the bodies?
a couple.
Are they armed with those fancy weapons?
A couple.
Yeah, Kalmir will take. They seem to be useful. He doesn't know how to use them, but maybe he could learn.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Sure that will not come back to cause any problems in the future.
What's the trigger?
Can't imagine. I can't
Exactly.
imagine that could cause a problem.
He's holding it by the barrel and has it over his shoulder.
I have a
Nah,
question.
so
I have a
cool
question.
guy.
It doesn't have a safety on, does it?
But it depends on what it picked up.
It's a
Oh, if it
shotgun.
If it was one,
Shotgun, yeah.
if it was one he was if it was one that was being in active use, it probably
Then yeah.
was not.
Yeah, safety's probably not on if it exists.
Is that gun loaded?
Probably.
With?
You should not have that.
Well, it seemed like a use. They seemed to use it to some fair degree. It seemed useful.
It's very useful and very dangerous.
You're telling the mage something is dangerous.
You were like.
Okay,
Sorry, how do I explain the concept of gun safety?
Okay, also, not only you're telling the mage that it's not safe, but this mage is also following a mummy.
Okay, but here's the thing. Hey, this is beyond the fact that this is a mage. This is someone who does not know how gun safety works and is holding a gun holding a likely loaded gun by the barrel.
Oddly enough, he's holding it in a relatively safe way because his hand is nowhere near the trigger and the barrel is pointing downwards. So we're okay at the moment.
Do you want one? And I hold it out.
Stahl takes it.
Cherry doesn't have a visual reaction, but
I think Rose and Tolas at this point are gonna both be like, maybe don't point guns at people.
Well, he's holding it by the barrel.
By the barrel, so it's pointing at me.
So it's pointing at him. And he's offering the stock end to somebody else.
Let's keep walking.
yeah.
So, because Kalmir can see things,
Yes.
as you are getting to the entrance of this tomb, how hidden is this entrance?
Are you?
This is to the person who is the mummy who would have the tomb. Like, is this just a building in the desert, or is it like buried, or?
It would be relatively secret. It probably would look like on the outside that it is just a minor tomb. It would be the tunnels underneath that belie its true purpose.
Okay. So then, Kalmir, at this point, the helicopter has landed. It is still on. The rotors are still up. It's kicking up quite the sand storm here now. The individuals have gotten out and are sort of pacing around the sand. A general direction towards what appears to be the entrance of this tomb. But
How many of them are there?
10.
10? Okay.
It is the same group from earlier. There are 4 of the machines, 6 people.
Okay, same group. Okay, so they've landed on the sand and they're coming this way. About 10. You said 4 robots, 6.
Yes.
4 of the robot people, and then 6 of normal, not robot people.
Wow, he learned the word robot. Good job.
From you guys.
Yeah, we didn't learn the word helicopter, so I can't be certain of anything. Or the word gun, which I think you've heard a lot of times now.
Yeah. This is gun. That is gun.
Well, clearly he learned robot because they had weird souls and he was automatically more attracted to them. He
Yeah.
automatically cared more about them.
Well, and now he thinks that all robots have souls.
Well,
That's
all
true.
problem.
If someone,
And if it doesn't have a soul, it's something else.
that's not a robot. There's no soul. Can't fool me.
I like that you still. I like that.
Anyway.
Kalmir will not said enough for Cherry to know that he is a Tremere. Cherry, who would know exactly what a Tremere is.
And probably what he's capable of.
Yeah.
anyways, did you have something to say, Mr. Let me try it. How do we? Let's see. Wait, I think.
Actually, not all that hard.
Amennakhti? I don't know.
Amennakhti.
Amennakhti.
Amennakhti. That's not how you.
Yes.
Whatever. Fine. I'm gonna write in my own notes how to.
Call him
actually
Amen.
say it.
Yeah, Amen is probably how you would shorten it realistically. As unless somebody like gets in his way, which still probably isn't the best idea. Once he breaches the surface, he's gonna approach these people.
That is, Cherry. It is likely a poor idea to approach these people. Well, as you are clearly dead, and these people in general have a very heated relationship with the undead. Particularly,
But I'm not undead. I am deathless.
Are they here to
that
finish
will
the
not
burial
matter
rites?
to them. That will not. It will not matter to them that you are the distinction between the lifeless and the deathless.
I don't think anybody could stop them even if they wanted to, so...
Cherry's very much trying to get them to not have to deal with another confrontation. Cherry is not displaying emotion, but internally she's like, God, I don't want to deal with this right now.
Here we go again.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Reaches the surface here. And upon entering the surface, I mean, you see them. They see you. Very hard to miss each other here.
Greetings!
We're going to get shot. We're going to get shot. We are going to...
There is a bit of a pause as they all sort of start to, pivot around. None of them have... They all have weapons drawn, but none raised at the moment.
This... Cherry is going to get out, Cherry he is considering the things that she can say right now. This is... Cherry considering words that are options here.
As the rest of the group breaches the surface, you can all start seeing them. They start turning amongst themselves. I mean, you can see the humans muttering. There's no mouth movements from the robots, but...
Could you point us in the direction of the town? It seems like things have gotten a little mixed up around here nowadays.
Sure. Do people just accept that you're... Do people just accept that you look like that where you're from?
Why would I ever hide what I am?
Public distress.
Public worship, you mean?
Cherry head and hands. Probably not literally, but like very much that's the thing she would be making if she didn't have
Must be nice being so careless.
So one of the robots starts walking forward.
This is not a vampire. This is Cherry, this is not a vampire. That's the first statement she makes. This is other problems, but this is not a vampire, at very least.
Wait, don't shoot. This man isn't black.
Oh, whoa!
God.
I'm gonna have to edit that.
That's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Dragon Ball Z abridged, I think.
No, that's Dragon Ball Super?
Really?
Yeah, that's legit translation.
Yeah, it's YouTube has forced me to watch it because they recommend me random clips.
Anyways.
Yes, the robot walks forward and is You know, about 30 minutes ago, I would have been really concerned.
Perspective has changed a bit, hasn't it?
Oh, certainly.
I'm guessing this entire area has suddenly transformed into a sudden black sand beach when it was not before.
Oh, certainly. We were
I believe-
circling the reactor. Fog
believe that-
rolls in, and all of a sudden, they were in a desert.
I believe previously this was an area. This was an area that could be. This was an area in Ukraine. Now this is an area in Egypt. If either of those words mean anything to you.
No, they do mean things to me. I lost a few friends in Egypt.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Final days of the North Africa campaign, if you could call it a campaign. But, the robot is admittedly stumbling over words at this point.
Cherry, I have no idea what to do at this point.
So
Cherry is rampantly trying to stop an altercation.
let me just say, we are trying to stop the world from falling apart, and we are not enemies.
Yes, no. I do recognize you from the reports from when we woke up again. There was a lot of tensions were high, confusion was high, shots were fired when they shouldn't have been fired. I don't speak for all of us, but there is a general consensus of negotiations should have been initiated.
This is.
There was
glad to
panic.
know.
Things were
I
heated.
can understand that, considering the sheer amount of things that happened in a very quick amount of time. I'm in that area.
But no, we are operating under the same principles that we did many years ago, back when we were still fighting for humanity. We had many allies among the unnatural, and we do not see why we cannot continue to have them. We were here trying to scout the area. We had a great deal of scouting information. It appears that it has all been thrown into the proverbial trash can, however.
I
know
deeply
this
apologize.
feeling.
Did anyone else leave? Has anyone else left this area at this point in time?
We have not seen anyone, no.
Hmm.
We only just landed. The fog only cleared a little bit ago.
Cherry internally. Does this mean that Dave is dead, or that he is simply still inside, or did he get spat out somewhere else?
Is there a good way to contact you? I don't imagine we're going to leave together, but it might be good to be able to speak.
There are. We've joined with a lot of the other organizations operating around the area, and there is a public radio frequency that people tend to communicate over. I'm not authorized to give you private frequencies,
That is
Understandable.
but
For
just
my own-
know that it is a public frequency. There is quite the debate amongst groups on what we should do now. Not everyone is quite so willing to work with the supernatural as we are.
Out of my own palm of mind, I suppose. So what specific organizations are within this frequency?
a lot of independent individuals, basically anyone who wants to tune into it. But the organizations that have the quote-unquote official organizations, there's the group we came into contact first with, the coalition. They called themselves hunters, and they are not quite open to supernatural cooperation as us, but we are in talks still. Another group of hunters, they call themselves, and he turns to the people behind him. What banner did you guys use before? They give a reply. It wasn't an official title, but a lot of them called themselves the Eternal Dawn, but nothing. And then the other big group that's, I suppose, other big militarized group that's working with them, they just call themselves the 40th Military.
Okay.
Was there concern? He looks over at Cherry.
I was concerned about one group that was not on that list. It's specifically a paramilitary corporation by the name of the Charon Group, as they are currently hunting me, as one might say.
And responsible for some of the bodies in that tomb.
He immediately kind of turns around to look at Drew. So it is best for us to strike back then. Excellent.
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
They
She
were.
looks over to the robot. I apologize. I hope that your area, at very least, is doing well enough.
Our area?
Yep. The
Home? The city?
If you mean
The
that
city.
city where you first found us, there's nothing
Yes.
left for us there.
That
Where-
is completely
where-
understandable.
Calling home?
Home is a very loose concept right now. A lot of us are still trying to figure out what that means, but we are in a place where there are people, and a lot of us took oaths to fight for them. So we're going to do so. But we have to figure out where we are and what this place is.
That is understandable. I apologize.
I think it's been said a couple of different times, once by me, but you may not have, or you definitely did not hear that, but it was stated once again, it's Egypt. I don't understand the complication with this thought process.
Well, this is
It's like-
probably some new Egypt or something. The Egypt that we know was glassed over.
In the Egypt, at very least it is still called Egypt, which means at very least there is a nation called Egypt here, which is
Well,
more
I
than
suppose Egypt was the region. There was the nation was disbanded back in what, 2073? I don't remember.
It was the
Getting off
time.
track here.
Yes, I apologize. I apologize. Cheering this man, robot. Oh my god! Just trying to put together nonsense.
Yeah, stuff that doesn't really matter.
Well, it seems, at least for now, our goals align. Trying to figure out where we are and what it is we need to be doing.
Yes, we are, I suppose, gonna get moving. We're picking up a lot of emergency frequencies to the east here. A significant amount.
Okay.
From what we can tell, there's a city in immediate distress,
With
Likely.
that, Amen hearing that, he's gonna book it. And he's gonna activate his ability that allows him to move at 22 speed.
Jeez.
Okay.
Well, it's time to go.
Which way is he
Oh.
going? Why is
To
he
the east.
I need to look up how Silberus works.
I think that probably causes it, doesn't it? I don't know what it
Damn
does,
it.
but that probably causes it.
I don't actually think most of it I have to like physically interact with people. Thankfully, most of it is like physical contact with me, so don't try to give me a hug.
Don't mess.
I don't think you'll have that problem.
Don't hug your mummy. Everybody's like, oh, now we need to look this up because
I'm sorry.
people may now just start worshiping me.
Yeah. This
Is that only normal people or supernaturals too?
It depends.
It can affect supernaturals.
Yeah. Look, we agreed early on that we don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
I need to still think about it because Rose is here.
We'll just say for now it doesn't
Yeah.
matter right now because
Okay,
I didn't
that's
look
fine.
up those rules in advance.
I'm
'cause
sorry.
I've
Physical
only read, like,
contact, well, technically entering a tomb would do it. Touching a vessel, witnessing the beginning of a descent, witnessing my resurrection, witnessing me experiencing or spending a dot of Sekhem or a pillar point. Utterance, some utterances and affinities. This particular affinity doesn't say anything about Sybaris.
Okay, then we're fine. Yeah. So yes, the mummy books it east.
Looks like we're gonna check out those emergencies that you've heard of ourselves.
They're literally like 30 miles east. Like, is he going to run that far?
I'm sure he's gonna try.
Want me to catch up and watch him?
Can you? He's moving really quickly.
I could probably manage it.
Super potential.
Cherry is just like, God, are we dealing with this?
And I'm sure the cult is following too.
What speed is
quickly
that?
as they're
22?
Yeah, 22.
Alright, I can go 24.
Oh,
God.
Okay, well, that don't make me spend a point of willpower and take this up to 33.
You do that though.
Dealing with this.
Alright,
Cherry.
well, I'll go. Nah, that's all I
We
got.
have.
it's okay.
At this point, the robots and the other people, they're pulling back to their helicopter.
Bye, friends.
I suppose we will walk. I apologize for the mess. This.
Off we go.
I think this is a good place to end it for tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We will see everybody next week.
Au revoir.
See you guys later. Yeah.
Toodles.
You have stallions.